Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia. We're back with another pick a card reading. If you are new here, welcome into our channel. Welcome to our spiritual space. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, like the video. Let me know how it resonates down below. If you are maintaining on the channel, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate your loyalty and your continued support and sustaining on the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and get started. Today we're getting into a what is the current gossip on you. So we're going to pick a perfume, of course. You can find Pile 1 by The Good Scent, Manifest Your Happiness over in Cosmic Intelligence. And if you are new here, then you should know that all of the proceeds to our channel go back to our nonprofit organization, including all of the shopping that you're doing over at Cosmic Intelligence. That is our spiritual beauty shop and also our secondhand consignment shop. All of the proceeds go back to our nonprofit of women's health. And all of the ads that you watch on the channel, all of the super chats, donations, tips are super appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Everything goes back to pushing our initiatives forward. If you don't know me, my name is Felicia, and I am a human and civil rights advocate, along with a whole lot more. You can find more about the ways in which we get involved down in the description box, and more about what we're doing and how Felicia Tarot was founded. But let's get into it. As you guys know, the current gossip, pretty straightforward topic. Choose from the overhead selection. Pile 1, like I said, you are the Cosmic Intelligence perfume, Manifest Your Happiness. Pile 2, you are my perfume oil called FARASHA. Pile 3, you are Love Letter. And Pile 4, you are PRADA candy. So choose whatever bottle is calling you. If you have a favorite scent, if you have one of these scents, if you've bought the Manifest Your Happiness over at Cosmic Intelligence. But choose your selection, and I will see y'all in y'all pile. Bye. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the Cosmic Intelligence collectible, Manifest Your Happiness. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see what the current gossip could be around you. Okay, so let's pull a few oracle cards to get some context. So let's see what's going on with the current gossip around you, Pile 1. We have change. Okay, so people are definitely, if you were thinking like, do people know about this change I'm going through right now? People definitely can sense, even if you don't tell them all of the details about the change, people can definitely sense that there is a change happening for you. And you're doing it like, it's like maybe you're doing this very gracefully. It's like something on the outward is changing about you, and they cannot believe that, like, you know, what you are birthing into the new reflects the change. So it's not like it's a secret from anybody. I don't know what you're doing, but it's definitely not like a secret. So people can definitely say, like, something about your reality is changing. Something that you may have daydreamed about, or maybe this is somebody daydreaming about you, but I'm getting to something that you may have, like, something that literally reflects like your happiness. They see that it is actually becoming real. Like, you are bringing your daydreams into reality. Okay. Oh my God, so beautiful. I love that. So like maybe the gossip around you surrounds like something that you have been like manifesting off of your vision board. Okay. And we have Libra's energy is coming like into balance. Like something that you have manifested is coming into fruition. And I feel like especially with Libra's energy showing up, it could be related to like when I think about the process of manifesting. In order for something that we've like been daydreaming about to manifest in our realities, we need to integrate both shadows and light. And I feel like through Libra's energy, it's like you have like people are realizing that something that something that you have like integrated, like some shadow aspects that you have integrated have allowed you to have like, I don't know, see something in a balanced perspective. It was the result of like you being fair about something. It was like a decision, like you started to make very more rational and balanced and, you know, balanced decisions. And this has like led to like a co-creational divine manifestation in this biatch, okay? Something that has been perfected, okay? People are gossiping about this, which is so beautiful, actually. Oh my god. Okay, so let's get into it. Power one. What is the something about, you know, people could be gossiping about a partner that you have. People could be saying that your partner has, you guys have come into balance about something. You guys have like a perfect union, a perfect synergetic relationship. They're saying that you're perfect for this person, or that like you make lol. They're saying that you make this person so happy, and that you are like, you and this person are very happy together, and you're just like, you know, finally there's cooperation in your relationship, and you know how they've been daydreaming about you is finally like, you know, it's finally becoming their reality, lol. So, oh my god, that's so cute. Somebody know that they've been daydreaming about you. Oh my god, power one. Okay, so what's the gossip? We have trickster. We have mentor. We have the warrior. And then we have the guide, okay? So people are saying that there was a lot of sacrifice around this cooperation. It took a lot for you guys to be able to come into balance. I feel like for some of you guys, you might have been this person's student, or you were in a student position for a long time. So in order for you to see, you know, how this person's shadow aspects, in order for you to see, like maybe they were being duplicitous at first, okay? But like doing something that was trying to stop you from like becoming the master. But it's something where you were able to like, you were very fair about like your union, and you were able to like master yourself anyway. And you like, you using like, I don't know, something, I don't know what this is about. It could be literally anything, but you like maybe detaching from being this person's mentee, maybe you detaching from, you know, being in a student position, and like maybe you did master yourself, maybe you did, you know, you had to like through your own strength, skill, and discipline and toughness of your will, you were able to make your own decisions that lay outside of like this relationship with your teacher or your mentor, and this brought this relationship into balance. It was no longer like, it kind of like, I don't want to say that like student teacher relationships or mentor mentee relationships are not like equals, but there's like maybe there's a large age difference, or maybe there is like quite literally this is a relationship that you have with your teacher, and you saw some of this person's shadow aspect, and like them not wanting you to like grow beyond them, or you know, you learning that, you know, they've had like some type of monopoly on something, or like, you know, they're just their shadow aspects that they may come up with anybody like who might not even like being fair about that as well. Like, okay, like it's fair to like be teaching someone and not wanting them to like outgrow you and like outshine you or become better at something than you, for some of you, okay? But I'm getting that through your own discipline and your own like mastering and like you know, detaching from maybe somebody who had a large age difference, a teacher or mentor, that you were able to master yourself and brought this relationship into like a partnership. Especially if this dealt with like a romantic situation. Like if this was somebody that was like your teacher and you were also dating them, this is a lot of like layers to the relationship. But I feel like for a lot of you, you were able to like become an equal, like, and this was the balance and the cooperation that was like, this was like the balance that was needed. This was like the this was, I don't know, this was the evolution that was needed in order for this relationship to be, for you guys to become equals, for this person to be able to like cooperate and to understand that their like method was not like they were not the sole means to which you could be successful, that they didn't have like all of the authority, that they didn't have like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but especially if this person was older than you, you know, you had a lot of ego around, you know, who was right and who should have the power and authority in the relationship. And you were like, that's conventional. And some of you guys, you do bring a lot of like benefit to the relationship, and you bring your own wisdom to the relationship and your own skills to the relationship. And you know, you help this person understand that like this issue that they've been having in the relationship with you was ego driven, because of something where you may have been their student first. There was a large age difference. You're their mentee. They were the ones that was refining your character. They were the ones providing or passing on wisdom, and then they seen you also bring, you know, a mutual benefit to the relationship. Okay, I don't know why people who is gossiping about this, so let's get into it a little bit more. Power one. What's the gossip? We have energy vampire. We have the letter C. I'm getting somebody's name is Camille. We have Neptune. And we have university and education. Okay. And then delusional on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So I feel like, okay, there could be a lot of things going on here. Okay. But you definitely have like, there's somebody here who was, so these are people, the people who are gossiping about you, these could be people from your university, or a place where you went to school with these people. Somebody's name is Caitlin. But these people, they've seen you graduate, or they've seen you, you know, come out of this student position and master your role, master your position. And they feel that some people are saying that, you know, since you, like with Neptune here, people are saying that you like, since you left this cohort, that you have had a lot of strength, that you've had a lot of skill and discipline and toughness of your will. Some of these people, they definitely think that you are like, they feel like you're their hero. Because a lot of these people from your, like your school or your cohort, these people, they are also intelligent people. They also have, you know, but these represent like students who, like, I don't know, people who in this cohort, they never really refine themselves. I'm hearing a lot is running dry for these people. Some of them, they're watching you become very big or very large, or they're watching, like I said, they're watching your dreams come into reality, and they see that it's because your partners were cooperative. Okay. But they feel like you are like their hero. You are the person that is kind of like saving everybody, because your, you know, your heroism, your self-sacrifice, they feel like you were like the person to sacrifice in order for you guys to master. Because this cohort was very limited. I don't want to say that they are not like, they're not smart, but I'm going to say that it feels like they were lacking. Maybe they were dealing with a scarcity trauma. Maybe they were lacking some ambition or willpower in some type of way. But it feels like they were just like not refined, right? Some of them, they started doing things that were very conventional. Their behavior was very predictable. And what you're doing sets you apart from this cohort in like a big way. They literally see you change so much since leaving this cohort and bring your dreams into reality. They feel like this took so much willpower. They feel like you started to make the best decisions that you possibly can for yourself. And they feel like a lot of this is like a mystery. So, you know, these people, they feel like they, you know, people from this university, they see that you've been dealing with this energy vampire. I'm hearing an Aquarius or somebody's name that starts with letter C. They see that you have had to, like, you've been dealing with this energy vampire who's been duplicitous. and that you've been struggling with like maybe your depression and anxiety because there's been somebody who has been posing as like they feel like you've been dealing with a health and safety issue. And I feel like this is like a big piece. Like people from your cohort, I feel like they're struggling with scarcity trauma in a different kind of way. People's health and safety is a very base motivation. It is a very root chakra related aspect of our chakra system. But if you don't have health and safety, then you cannot actualize through through your crown and actualize your true potentials. They feel like you've been like, because you are this hero, you have transcended. They feel like you're a hero because you transcended something illusory. This is something that nobody ever could have even imagined would have happened. Something that you were dealing with, maybe a health issue or a safety issue, that like since leaving this cohort, you have been like everybody's guide. And it's because you have been the one that has literally been at this like base like deficiency. You've been like overcoming this scarcity trauma from like this very basic motivation, especially this like this energy vampire, this Aquarius, or this person's name that starts with letter A or P or C. This person has been posing as like a health and safety issue, and it's because like they feel like you have overcome that and like had to go through so many changes because of this person, and you've been like this whole time you were daydreaming and manifesting your happiness, and they feel like you never gave up and that you were able to see through something illusory and learn how to protect yourself. Like you got to the root cause and mechanisms of this person's base motivations, and you protected yourself from their deficiencies. This person's page, or this Aquarius or this Libra, Gemini, this person they were like that you were dealing with the energy vampire who was duplicitous, somebody who was pretending to be a hero, or they were pretending to refine, they were pretending to be like a mentor, a guide, but then they realized that this person was not very wise and that they were envious of you, or they were literally just like an energy vampire who hated you for having beauty and a nice home. And they see that you've been dealing with somebody that like, people are talking about this. People are seeing that you've been dealing with somebody who's been mad because of your university and your education, and everybody from your school is like, wait, like they're looking at their like neighborhood and they're looking at their like surroundings, like, and they're exercising a lot more caution now because they're realizing that like there's a lot of people, in your university, your education, right? Your university is looking back like there's a lot of people that's not as smart as us. There's not, you know what I mean? Like your university, your cohort is like, they actually like, you are like, you showed them so much strength, and they're like, we cannot believe that you've had to go through all this just because somebody hated us, hated our cohort, hated our university, hated us for having education, hated us for like, chasing our dreams. They're seeing this and they're like, you are literally a hero. And the fact that you went through all this and now you come back to teach us about these base motivations. Some of these people from your cohort, they'll never have to go like face these health and safety issues like this because of something that you were doing. Like you show people the dangers of chasing your dream, because this person who saw you, this duplicitous person who saw you, manifesting your dreams, they hate the fact that you were like educated, and they hate it through Neptune, your beauty as well, your dancing, your art, your artistry, your poetry, and they feel like your fashion, right? They hated you for having this, and they're like, well, our cohort, you're not so different than the other people in your cohort. Your cohort is like, look, if it can happen to you, it can most definitely happen to us. And then they're like, wait, the reason why we haven't had to deal with like these like health and safety issues or these base motivations is because we just started doing something conventional. We just started doing something predictable, and nobody was hating on us, right? Because they weren't really chasing their dreams. And then you turned around and like forced these people to like challenge this convention, challenge this like conformity, they were just doing this like acceptable thing, but they were realizing, like, people are starting to realize that because you have done something, like you've done something apart from the core, or you did something that was above convention, you did something that was not predictable, this actually put a target on your back from this, on this, like, from this energy vampire. Some of these people, they feel like, some of these people are saying that you have been, you know, placing your financial gain and control over, and you know, over refining them. It's like some of them, they feel like you could be the one to save them. You could be the one to help them transcend their convention, to help them you know, transcend their stuffiness and predictable behavior. And some of them are trying to say you are the one, you know, that because of like, I don't know, something where they're maybe trying to say that you're being duplicitous, or you're not, you don't want people to master, you don't want the student to master, or you know, something like that, or you're not giving as much, and you're not imparting as much spiritual insight as you can, because some of them, they know that you have this like this formal education. They know that you have this formal education and you can be offering a lot more insights than you are. But I also feel like for some of you guys, this is a part of you. This is a part of you protecting yourself. This is for health and safety concerns as well. And I also feel like you've already self-sacrificed so much. You know, people who, like, I feel like at this point, you're just trying to preserve and protect yourself from this energy vampire, because we're still, like, not sure, you know, if they're going to try to continue to, like, pose as a health and safety issue. But they definitely are still impacting, you know, your mood and motivation, right? Somebody who was indifferent to your suffering, and they didn't have any ethical principles, and they were duplicitous, and they have been like just wanting to attack you for having a formal education but doing something that wasn't conventional. They had, like, you had this formal education, but you had the strength, skill, and discipline to bring your actual dreams into reality, right? So interesting. Power one. What is the current gossip on you? Very interesting. Some people are saying that now you're just, you know, you all you care about is money. All you care about is, you know, making sure that you have all the gain and control before you impart your spiritual insights. Especially these people from this cohort, they are, you know, they're a lot more advanced than these other, like, energy vampires, or these people who just hated you for having a nice home and having an education. They feel like you are a lot, you know, they're a little bit more on your level, so they feel like you could be offering a lot more insights than you are, but you're not doing that because you're keeping things a mystery, so that you can, like, you know, get your gain and control over everybody. LOL. So a lot of them, they just seen you. Some of them, they're saying, you know, they're saying that you solved a mystery around this energy vampire. They feel like, you know, something was illusory, and you had to, like, figure out who this person was who was vamping on you. You, like, through meditation, you gained a heightened awareness, and you know, you changed. Okay, they feel like you changed a lot. They're not the person that you once were, right? Somebody with a nose ring, they feel like you're not the same person as you used to be. Okay, somebody's name is Crystal, or this person is a Scorpio. They're a Scorpio. Okay, Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Okay, so what do you know, what else? Let's wrap, friends. What's the gossip on you? Power one. Okay, Five of Wands. The Ten of Swords reversed. Okay, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, these people, they're definitely, like, not harmonious. So, you know, these are people from, you know, your university. You know, they have a lot more. They watch you hit another milestone. They're watching your dreams come into reality. And these people, you know, they're the Four of Wands in the reverse. They're conventional, stuffy, and predictable. They don't fit in here. So this is why you had a lot of disharmony with these people. And they feel like, you know, you could be their hero, right? They see that you have been recovering from some type of painful ending. I'm hearing the dust is starting to settle. The resistance is starting to, from this energy vampire, all of this illusory resistance, all of this illusory distractions, all of this person who hated you for, you know, for chasing your dreams. They feel like you literally have become a star and you're a hero. Like, you are, like, because of, like, your strength, skill, and discipline and toughness, you have been able to, like, manifest your dreams. But they feel like that because you leave them lingering, you leave them aimlessly drifting, you leave them without a purpose, because you haven't, like, shared with them how you've overcome, like, how you've gracefully danced with this change. They can't believe your new reality. They can't believe this outward reality, right? And they feel like, you know, they just linger there, right? While you gain, they feel like, because you're, like, they see you hitting milestones and gaining more financial control, and you gaining more power, right? And it's because, like, the reason why they're lingering and they have no, like, place, like, they don't fit in here, but they're also, like, you know, I think it's because of some type of, like, restrictions or like limiting belief that they hold on to, and they feel like you could be their hero. You could free these people to evolve with you, you know, but they feel like you haven't been, you haven't done that because you have been placing your financial gain and control over it, and they just sit and watch you get flowers. They watch you get celebrated. They're watching you, you know, your dreams become a reality while they sit back and do something conventional and predictable, and they feel so disharmonious. They feel so like they literally have no purpose. For some of them, they don't like outwardly support you, and so they just like watch you and watch you evolve and watch you continue to hit milestones, watch you get more control, watch you get more financial gain, and you're just like, you know, they're like, well, you can free us, you can help us if you tell us how you made this change. Because some of them, you have gotten to their level, and you've like, they want to know the distance between like where you were previously at that conventional place and doing that predictable thing that they were doing, to now like your actual dream coming real, right? That formal education, that early education was just like your training. That was just like your catalyst to your dreams. That was only like a vessel to manifest your dreams. And then they feel like you went and you started daydreaming about something bigger, right? And they cannot even comprehend, like, you know, they can't even fathom how big you have become. So they just like, they watch you recover yourself from some type of painful situation where your health and safety may have been at risk because of this delusional energy vampire, and they see you go up, you know, stand up against authorities. They see you do something, you know, and challenge the convention, and they're just like, well, we're just sitting here lingering, and you know, we have dreams too. Some of these people, they do have dreams. It's not that they don't have dreams, but some of them, they don't have the confidence to create. They don't know how to make, you know, the decisions the way that you have been able to make the decisions. They don't know how to, you know, perfect cooperation within their unions and within their homes. Because some of you guys quite literally went to war. You went because of somebody's opposing belief system. You have been very diplomatic in being fair about things, and they feel like you are not sharing all the insight around this decision making. And that will free these people. That will liberate these people to make better decisions, so that they too can have an aim. They too can chase their dreams, but they feel like you haven't done that, and that you just harness your spirituality for your personal betterment, for your own, you know, financial gain and control, and that you do not seek to liberate them. Okay, well, that's what I'm seeing right now, friends, on the current gossip. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose FARASHA. Okay, so let's get into it. What is the current gossip on you? Okay. I'm hearing you're very down to earth. Okay, something about, you know, people, I don't know why somebody's name starts to letter B. But it's like people are surprised that you're very down to earth. Okay. So this creates like, I don't know, something about you bring both familiar and unfamiliar aspects to any dynamic. If people, they were not expecting you to be down to earth. I don't know, where maybe you were, they only saw like one side of you before. Maybe now they're getting to see another side of you, or they're seeing that there's a lot more communication, a lot more. They get to see your facial expressions a lot more. They get to talk with you a lot more, or they get to see more of your personality. And people are just like seeing that you're like, you know, very down to earth. Okay, we have delight. Okay, period. So, you know, people are seeing that you are experiencing a lot of intense joy. Okay. I don't know why I had to say that all official, but it's like something where you know, your delight is actually delighting other people. So I'm getting that, like, when people see you like so joyful and so kikiing, and like, I don't know, something about your like laughter is so contagious, and you know, once you start laughing, somebody else is gonna start laughing. It's like you're very goofy and good natured. Okay, we have a fresh start. What's the current gossip on you, pal? 2. People see that you know, have cut your hair. Okay, something where your hair Maybe some of you guys, you know, they seeing you with the conditioner. Okay, some new hairstyles, some new conditioner, some new hair products. Okay. And then we have Pluto's energy, which has been coming out so much lately. Okay. Get to the heart of it. Do or die. Okay. Let's see. What's the current gossip on you, pile 2? Pile 2. What's the current gossip on you? People are seeing that, okay, so I'm definitely getting that people are seeing that you're having a fresh start and that you're very delighted. Okay, you're very delighted. Trickster came out in pile 1 as well. Okay. We have poet. Okay, so some of you guys, you could be writers, or, you know, do writing stories. Writing stories, or, you know, writing poetry. Okay. People are saying, I don't know, something where, I don't know, people, I don't know, something where you guys, they see you in a performative state. Maybe they see you performing music. Some of you guys write music. I'm hearing rappers, songwriters, something where people are seeing you express your experiences through stories and symbols. Like, I'm hearing you making a lot of analogies, or you guys have a very, very big throat chakra. Okay. But it's like when people don't see, when they see you come out of this performance, or that you come out of this like symbolic language, they, or, you know, maybe you like, people see you and you are like, these are people who are doing something, especially with that trickster that came out in power 1. People are, you know, these people are very conventional. They do things that are just like normal, and then you come around and inspire everybody with your stories and symbols. And it's like you are dealing with people who are very conventional. You're like a star, and these people, you know, they're conventional, they're average, they're just like regular people. They come a dime a dozen, right? And they see that you're delighting these people because you're inspiring them to do something, you know, above convention. You're inspiring them to see, you know, beyond their predictable behavior. Your expressions of soul insights, it's like music to their ears. I'm getting something where people are, they're saying they, like, you know, despite you having all this knowledge and talent and skill, that you come around and you're just like, that you delight them with your like average behaviors. I don't know. You delight people with your conventional behavior. You delight people with, you know, when you come around and just be, like, do regular things and just chat them up, and, you know, talk to them, like something where you came around, start talking about hair, or something where you came around, start talking about like some type of, like, I don't know, laundry or mundane activity, and then you show people how delighted you are in doing that. They're like, what, this star coming around doing laundry, or this star coming around doing something just regular degular. It just like, it is, they delighted in seeing this. I don't know why, but but let's see, let's get some more. Okay, pile 2, what is the current gossip on you? We have Scorpio, we have failure, we have gang stalkers, and we have the letter G. Okay, so I feel like you are, people, they are gossiping about your divine masculine. Okay, so I feel like these are a lot of like failed relationships and failed partners, where people, they went off and they triangulated you, or they chose other people where you were clearly better than them. Okay, it was like a clear big difference, and people, they could not handle you like having delight. I don't know, something about these are a lot of failed relationships. Somebody's name that starts with the letter G, or a letter W or a letter R or a letter S. These are a lot of like failed relationships. And these people, I'm getting that there's been somebody here who like they've watched you like defend yourself against these gang stalkers. Like these people have been like, I'm hearing that the reason why they're obsessed with you is because you're a star. It's like it's like when people see a star transforming and growing, and you're just like, maybe you're like at this dilettante level and you're just like, I refuse like to let myself be pretentious. I will not be somebody who pretends to have a deep knowledge. So this is a long path. I feel like this is a long journey of you learning and growing and you mastering yourself. Like you're not pretentious whatsoever. With Scorpio's energy, you are very deep and tenacious and established. You love to reason. So you cannot come around, like your storytelling and your poetry is so set apart from everyone else. That's what makes you a star, is because your reasoning skills. It is because of you have so much creativity and a strong imagination, and they see, like the gossip around you, they see that you have been enduring this, I don't know, this gang stalking for a long time. You've been enduring something, like something where people have been, like you've been on a strong mission. And they know that this represents like stardom. They know that this represents like a big vision. This represents a big destiny. And so I'm hearing that you've had to face a lot of dark things of power, destruction, and health challenges. And they see you reflect like and express these major soul insights around these dark themes, especially with people like gang stalkers, people who, I'm getting even your failed relationships, your romantic partners, they turn into gang stalkers, right? And they see you just like after every failed relationship, they know that you are like getting closer and closer to your divine masculine, and you have been sustaining yourself, and you have been coming across like all of these dark themes, all these shadows, of the underworld that have been, you had to endure, that you've had to like restabilize yourself constantly because of people who have been trying to destroy you, causing health challenges, or been in a power struggle with you, right? And they've seen you transcend every failure, okay? And you have been like on this strong mission to learn about others, and you've been unveiling a lot of secrets that lie within. I feel like a lot of people, through your insights, you have been like unveiling your duplicity within people. And like every time you reveal their deep secrets or their dark shadows, they become a gang stalker. Like, what else is they supposed to do? I'm hearing this person who was in a secret competition. This person, I'm hearing that once you revealed their secrets of pain and shame, once you revealed the fact that they were a clout chaser, once you revealed the fact that they were like these lovers who, they fell in love with you because of your body, but then they started to hate you because your body was like athletic or something. Like they started, like some of these people, they turned against you, or they joined the jelly team, or they literally like they chose somebody who was clearly like a lower standard than you. And you were like, I'm hearing that you went off after these failed situations and kept like, you had a fresh start and resurrected yourself, and they see that like nothing that they could do to try to like destroy you with their obsession, destroy you with their power struggle, destroy you with, some of them, they just felt like this was a lot of hard luck, and that was like, that this was like, some of them even, like some of you guys even dealt with the health challenge, right? And they're seeing that like you just continue to like overcome and transcend these failures. And the reason why they were failures is because like people are saying that your relationships with these people, especially this Leo and this Scorpio, is because they were conventional, that they were conformist, that they were stuffy and predictable. And you were just like, some of you guys, they're saying that you even predicted their behavior. You knew that they would be a failure. You knew that they would be a loser. You knew that they would be a conformist in some type of way. And like they see that you You had the instinct, you had the third eye chakra activation, insight, like instinct right away, like you knew from the get-go, and they're like seeing that you always had the foresight, and they're watching you express like even more insights after the failure. They're watching you express around the failures, and they feel like you have been able to like communicate so much wisdom and truth, from your like experiences, like your writing and your music, and the fact that you keep delighting yourself after all of these conformists and conventions fail you. They see that you continue to get better and better. Somebody's name that starts with the letter B, S, W, G, okay, N. They feel like I'm hearing birds of a feather flock together, and I'm hearing that these were a lot of birds that you were dating, especially the romantic partners who went off with the secret competition. I'm hearing that they put you in a secret competition, or they had an incessant need to control you, and this was like a predictable behavior, and they wanted to do something conventional, that they wanted to do, like you had this strong mission and you had this deep and tenacious, creative expression of life, and they were just like these conventional mundane people. They were boring. Some of them, they were not good enough, and you just were like, I'm just going to just keep moving on. And they see that you sustained yourself through all of these different failures, and you stayed delighted. LOL. Okay, so they see that after the most recent failure, you have had a fresh start, and you're looking brand new. Okay, after this Scorpio failed or something like that. So let's wrap, friends. Okay, what is the current gossip around you? Okay, something about you showing your heart through your stories and symbols, or you're showing the things that you love and things that you delight in. They see that, like, despite these failed relationships, right, you resurrected yourself and you like did what needed to be done, right? I'm hearing that especially with the Scorpio energy, there's like Scorpio's energy is concerned with beginnings and endings, and they're seeing you after dealing, like transforming and evolving through an ending, something where there was an ending of a relationship where somebody was conventional and stuffy and mundane, and they were in a power struggle and they needed to control you, and you were like, that relationship failed because you had to transcend that, that predictability. You could not, they were a failure. Okay, their need to control you, they didn't have a deep and tenacious connection. They were not fluid and adaptable. They were destructive. They were they had health issues. They were clearly failures, right? So you are a success, and that's why the relationships don't work out, friend. Like, it's just like you can predict when you come across these people who are having, they're clearly in a power struggle. They're clearly having health challenges. They're clearly destructive in their power and their behavior. You can predict, like, something about you can even predict if somebody's going to become obsessed with you. Like, some of you guys are having, this is a karmic challenge because you are a star. You're running into so much convention. These people are failures at life. They're miserable. They have health challenges. They see you represent their opposite. You reflect their opposite, right? Especially some of you guys, through your poetry and your storytelling, you reflect like reasoning. You reflect a deep intelligence. And when people see that you're not mundane and superficial and, like, with the dilettante, you're somebody who's delighting in the arts. You're somebody who, you're not, that you are in this, you're on a strong mission. They can tell that you're on a strong mission, and that you're not going to be pretentious about your knowledge just to, get a lot of financial gain and control. That you have been even alerting people of the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits of this artistic aesthetic that you have. So you have been facing a lot of challenges. around this, and you can almost predict that people are going to become obsessed when they see that you're set apart in some type of way, right? So people have become obsessed. This is why they're gang stalking you. Okay, but some of you, there was like a harm or injury done here, and you had a strong investigative power, and some of you guys, you got like intuitions and psychic downloads through poetry, through music, and you were able to put together this failure, and you were able to put together who was stalking you, and you didn't let it, like you're having a fresh start after solving a mystery. Okay, LOL. Okay, pile 2. Let's see. Let's get the tarot and then we will wrap. Okay, we have the Hangman. We have the Six of Wands. And then we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so I definitely feel like, these dealt with endings. Okay, and your success and your victory and your homecoming and your resurrection is a new emotional experience, where a lot of these people who were gang stalking you, they represent failures, relationships that ended, they caused endings. They're seeing you as a star, and they feel like they're just trying to look forward in a positive direction. Especially the ones that put you in a love triangle, or they were choosing people who were clearly, like, it was like clearly obvious. I mean, like, something was very obvious, and they're just like, we have no desire to, like, waste our time with people who are lingering or who are doing something that doesn't make sense. You found out, like, through Scorpio's energy, you were able to discern these people's convention of conformity and their irrational decision making that made them a failure at life. Literally, these people are failures at life. And I feel like seeing your success actually is helping, and seeing your stardom and your expressions and experiences is a new emotional experience for people, and it's actually helping these people look at things in a different way. It's helping them to challenge their perspective and give them a new, look for different and new insights and new ways of thinking, new ways of being. You definitely are, like, these people, after seeing you be so successful and so delighted and having this fresh start after their failure, everybody is really trying to look forward in a positive direction, especially these gang stalkers. They're like, okay, well, we understand that, like, some of these people, they just hated you for being light skinned, or they hated your skin color, or they hated your hair type, they hated you for being a star, they hated your talent, they hated something about you. You just could predict that these people would be jealous. You just could predict that they will become obsessed. You knew that there was going to be an issue. Somebody's name is Helen. You knew that this person was going to hate you because of your body, or hate you because this person was, providing for you, or they hated, you knew that they would have an issue about your art, like, because of your artwork or something like that, or something that you're doing that's unconventional, something that may even be taboo. But seeing you delighting in this and seeing you have so much victory and success, it shows them how they've been a failure. And I definitely feel like you are helping these people just, like, challenge their perspective, that have, like, they are starting to realize that these conforming behaviors and beliefs and, predictable behaviors that they've been adopting in their lives have not, granted them a happy home, right? So you're like, well, I'm just going to do what makes me happy, and I don't care if it, like, it fits into the status quo. I don't care if, if people socially accept me, right? So, you're like, well, I'm clearly more successful than you. Especially these lovers who may have been in a power struggle with you, or somebody else who was like, who couldn't take the fact that you were like a poet, that you had education, that you were like an artistic or professional, something where they couldn't take that you were professional. And some of them, they had like more experience or something, this Aquarius, and they felt like they had an issue, right? And they were like a stalker. Some of them became a stalker because they saw you getting so much victory and success and not needing as much experience as they had, and they had an issue with you being there. Like, they were in a power struggle, and like, you were like, you're clearly a failure at life. You clearly like driving the truck, like you're clearly like not a success. And I'm like, you're like showing people, like, I don't take advice from people less successful than me, and I don't care if they have more experience. I don't care if they, like, if they're older than me. I don't care, like, if they're unhappy and they can't, like, they have health challenges, or they're obsessed, then they're clearly like a failure, right? You're like, it's obvious. Well, I'm not even going to entertain any of that. That's what I'm seeing right now, pal. Pal 2. Everyone, after the truth came out about these people's pain and shame, you reasoned your way through, and everybody's like, well, yeah, you definitely making sense, pal 2. We're just gonna try to look ahead and look towards the future, and try to be optimistic about things, because we know that nothing that we can do is going to stop you from being successful. We're just angry because we're failures. Womp womp womp. Whoops. Big miscalculation. That's what I'm seeing, pal 2. Let me know how that resonates down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to your selection. So you chose love letter, okay? So we're gonna put that there, and let's hop into it. So let's see what is the current gossip around you, pal 3. So I'm hearing somebody's name starts with the letter L or a letter M. This person is a Taurus, perhaps, okay? And I'm also getting the an Aries, okay? Somebody's name starts with the letter L, S, or T. Okay, so let's get into a pal 3. What's the current gossip on you? Ooh, a miracle, a miracle, a miracle. These people are saying that you have, like, there's a miracle, okay? I'm hearing something about a bomb. You're making people feel like a bomb. I don't know what's going on. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm hearing you making people very mad. This person, somebody here is very mad because you're not a bum like them. Somebody, I'm getting a Gemini. Somebody's name is Ebony. So, there is something here where you believe that anything is possible. And I feel like something happened where you never gave up hope. They're seeing that, like, something amazing has happened for you. Something amazing. Something like where you have been connecting. Like, something that you're doing is, for one, bringing justice. Okay? They feel like you had the desire to get justice, and justice was won. So there's nothing left to prove. I'm hearing there's nothing left to prove, pal 3. So let's keep going. Let's see what's going on here, okay? Inner child. Some people here are gossiping about a relationship that you have with your mom, okay? This person, I'm hearing there's a Scorpio, and there's a Scorpio, there's a Taurus, okay? So I feel like the people who are gossiping about you, these are people who there will not be any wish fulfillment for them, okay? There will not be, I'm hearing somebody here who, this person is at the South Node, and I'm hearing that they're starting, somebody's trying to cause trouble because they see that you are, like, leaving them, or you are having a wish fulfillment, or they have a lot of anxiety about your miracles that you have. Like, they have a lot of anxiety about your possibilities, okay? I'm hearing somebody wearing Converse, or this person is this person's in trouble, okay? So let me see what's going on, okay? This person's in trouble. I'm hearing all these bitches in trouble, okay? So I don't know what, sorry if I'm all over the place. Give me 1 second, y'all. Pal 3, okay. What? I knew it, okay? I knew it. This is somebody who is not empowered. This person, I'm hearing that they are desperate, and there will be no wish fulfillment for this person, okay? Whoever this is, they're in big trouble. That's what I'm hearing. We have decision making. We have Peter Pan. And we have disconnected from reality. And then somebody's name starts with letter B. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting something about this person who, you know, they were not able to make a rational decision. Okay. Whoever this was, they are at the South Node. Something where someone is going to prison, or because of their, like, I'm hearing something where they may have, if these people are parents, they are very bad parents. They are not, they have a Peter Pan syndrome. They refuse to grow up and be responsible. I'm hearing this person, I'm hearing somebody here who is in big trouble. These people have not been able to make, you know, good decisions for themselves. They have not been able to make rational decisions. And because of their irrational decision making, they will be, I don't know, something where they have been, their irrational decision making has been causing them anxiety or has been getting them into trouble. And they are feeling very victimized because this person's, I'm hearing that their wounded inner child is showing. Okay, this unhealed feminine has been very victimized, and they have been making decisions that have not been, I don't know, something where they have not been taking responsibility for their well-being. These people have been very disconnected from reality. I'm getting very delusional about you and how insecure they have been. They have not been wanting to admit the fact that they were very insecure, and they have seen you, they have like something where you triggered this person's victimized inner child. This person, they feel like I don't know if this is like making sense, but have you ever been like, as a child, right? You know, something where this person may have gotten bullied, or this person is something about them. They feel like they're in a classroom and they're getting outshined. They're getting outworked. They're getting outsmarted. And they have a lot of anxiety about you, and they are like, they never have like something of some type of childhood developmental trauma where this person may have gotten bullied, or they have had some type of traumatizing experience in their youth. And this person, they've seen you heal your inner child. They've seen you overcome your deepest, like healing and overcoming your deepest insecurities from traumatizing experiences where you were even a child. So this person is mirroring to you some of these are important. These relationships, these South Node people, they're reflecting to you what it looks like to never heal those inner child wounds, to never, you know, you as healing inner child but moving towards the North Node, and them as, you know, not healing their inner child, being too victimized, being too insecure around you and your hips and your big butt, and how somebody here, a divine masculine, is obsessed with you, and they have been having a lot of wild thoughts about you, and they cannot wait to touch you or something like that. And some of these people, they have been getting rejected by your partners, and they're having a hard time, you know, they don't have closure. They're having a hard time with these rejections because you are triggering their inner child, okay? Especially around these unhealed feminines with body image issues. The way that you have worked on your body, or the way that you just naturally looking good. These people, they don't have, like, you know, some of them, they indulge at their own health expense. Especially these obese peoples, and, you know, people who refuse to like make rational decisions. Stop eating, you know, if you know you're lactose intolerant, stop eating ice cream. If you know that some foods don't agree with you, stop eating those foods. If you know that you need to go work out, you continue to not do that, right? Instead, you continue to project. You feel too victimized to do whatever it takes to, you know, to grow, right? And you're showing people that you will do whatever it takes to grow. That you've actually, you know, you've been co-creational. You've run into miracles to grow, right? And these people, they feel so like, you know, they see your rational decision making and how this is leading to like the greatest utility. It's leading to your happiness. And these people, they're obsessed, troubled, and anxious about, them not having, any fulfillment. Okay. So let's see. What is the current gossip on you, Pile 3? Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that this was about a masculine. Okay. Yeah, and what did I say about the form, the body image? We have the God is coming out in a shadow aspect. Okay, and then we have companion. So some of these people, something happened. They're addicted to you. Like I said, something about these people, they have been, having a pattern, an addictive pattern when it comes to you, an addictive decision making, where this person has been, obsessed with your hair, or they've been obsessed with like your love life, and they cannot control this behavior. They are quite literally an energy vampire on you. And some of these people, they have been, because it's something about their form, it's something about their body image, right? They know that your companions are obsessed with your body. Okay. I'm also getting that somebody's name is Monet. Their female form has been exploited, contracted an STD that they cannot get rid of. And a lot of them, they know that you don't have this trouble that they have. Okay. This person, their body has been exploited, and they are feeling, I don't know, something where they have an STD, or they quite literally they see you, they see you with a loyal and tenacious and unselfish divine masculine, and they are like, they are the ones that are feeling, they keep comparing their partners, their companions to your partners. They feel very victimized by a partner that has betrayed them and misused their confidence, especially for the ones who have an STD. This person has been literally vamping on you, and they're starting to see, like, there's something about this person. They're having a hard time because they have been, I don't want to say, like, some of them, especially the ones who their body has been exploited in some type of way. Some of them, they do have childhood trauma where their form was exploited in their childhood. Okay. I'm hearing something about somebody, an Aquarius, or this Taurus, or somebody who has been struggling with their sexuality. Somebody here brought somebody a STD, and I hate to say this because that's one of those trending topics on the dark web tarot world, but there's quite literally, this has been coming up on the channel for multiple years. Okay, there's somebody here, and I'm not the one with it, so I know it's not me. There's somebody here who has contracted an STD because they have made a very poor decision around having an entitled masculine. They have let these masculines walk all over them, and they feel very victimized after this. They feel very betrayed after this, and they keep looking at your form and how beautiful it is, and you're like, some of you guys do have this very, like, some of you guys are shaped like Aphrodite in SBI. Some of you guys are literally childbearing hips, big bust, small waist, big bum. And they see that you have not, you have somebody that is loyal and tenacious and unselfish for some of you guys. Because your partner sees you as like God. They see you as like the ultimate benevolence, and they will never, like, some of them, they're obsessed with you, and they yield to you, and they see, and some of them, their form just gets exploited, right? And they're seeing you have a better home than them. They're seeing you have a better life than them. They know that you don't have this STD the way that they do. And they are just comparing themselves so much by, like, how big of a difference your decision making has been. These people, the reason why they have some of these people, this was not like, some people have gotten, they have been in a long-term relationship with these people, and they were under the illusion of trust. But some of these other feminines, they've had multiple partners, right? They've been making poor decisions, being very reckless with their feminine vessel, right? and they have become impregnant. They have been getting STDs, and they are literally dealing with masculines who are not divine. They're excessively entitled. They are extremely like overbearing, you know, demanding and controlling, and they see your companion bows to you, and they feel like it's because your feminine is expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, where they were just the ones that got exploited, especially some of them that have these big stomachs. Okay, so you know, so they have been like, I don't know, they have been so, they've been draining you, you know, because they feel like they can't survive without you. It's like you're like, they're like, I don't know, something about them, their inner child is tethered to you, because you are like this goddess feminine form, and their form has been exploited. Okay, and you know, that's kind of sad, but it's because of their own poor decision making that got them into this position. Okay, they've been dealing with these, you know, unhealed toxic masculines who didn't, you know, that were not loyal, right, and unselfish, because they have been too insecure and not trusting that they can find something better. Okay, so their form gets exploited a lot. Some of them, they get ghosted a lot, or they get, you know, they get stood up a lot, right? And they see that you have a king, right? You have somebody who supports your growth and maturation, and they write you love letters, and they bow to you, they yield to you, and they feel like it's because you have this goddess form. And this is why, you know, these are people who are just obsessed with your body. I think that's what it comes down to. Pile 3, right? Page of Cups. Okay, so the 4 of Cups reversed. And then we have the High Priestess. Somebody goes by the name Sage, or somebody's name is Lauren or Monet or Crystal. Or they have a name that starts with the letter P. I feel like, you know, these people, they are so ashamed with this High Priestess. They get attention for all the wrong reasons. It's not because people honor their feminine, you know, express the wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. These people, they literally have their form exploited. This is why they're at the South Node. They are so victimized from, you know, getting their form and insecure, and, you know, because their form does not get honored. Okay, some of them are struggling with their sexuality, but they have been so desperate, right, for anybody. So they'll just like, I don't know, something where they were desperate for money, or they were desperate for, you know, a man, or they were, you know, they ended up with somebody who was entitled and excessive and overbearing, demanding, and controlling. And some of them have plastic surgery, and it's so big and excessive and just like so overdone and don't look good. And, you know, this shows you that these people, their wounded inner child, like their form represents their wounded inner child. Somebody's name is Anita or Deja. It's like their bodies don't look very good, or it's something about, you have these full hips, and you just like, you know, especially if you were dealing with the same man as them, or, you know, you left the man behind and left them to these losers or something like that. You know, these women have become, I'm hearing these feminines, they see your nature, they see your sensuality, and they see that you get honored. You know, your form gets honored because of this expression of your feminine, and they have to do so much to get attention, right? Some of them, they went and got 3 rounds of BBL, or, you know, they didn't have any hips, they were built like a SpongeBob or something like that. These people have been in very big trouble. Their form is in trouble or something like that. They're having, something is breaking down with their form or something like that, or they have an STD, or they're literally just getting attention for the wrong reasons. Like some of them, they're getting, you know, all this attention on their form, you know, their body or something like that, or they're getting followed on a social media account, and it's not because it's like their feminine is properly expressed. They're getting attention for all the wrong reasons, and their form gets exploited a lot. These people are, I'm hearing some of these people are like making fun of them, or they're getting dragged for hygiene issues, or you know, people just don't, especially if they were in a secret competition, people, they literally are just comparing your body types to one another. And you know, they are, you know, because they put themselves in this competition with you, it's like people cannot help but to like compare the two of you. And people are just noticing that this person is falling at the, like, you know, they're falling on the shorter, they're falling on the less favorable end, so they feel even more exploited. Some of them, they feel naked because they know people are this is a new emotional experience for them. And because some of them, they just feel so naked. They feel like all their demons are exposed. They're so embarrassed, right? They're so embarrassed. But remember that part, like some of you guys went on a body transformation. Some of you guys were never, you weren't this, you know, this feminine express, this goddess before. So you have to understand, like, you know, that these feminines who have been vamping on you and trying to drain your life force, right? They're trying to drain your goddess, right? That goes by literally vampire. Makes you aware that someone is or something is draining your life force. Literally goddess, the feminine expressed the wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. I never noticed that before, right? But you literally have somebody who's obsessed with you because you are a goddess. And they're unhealed feminists. They get attention for all the wrong reasons. And remember, before you became this goddess, how you felt victimized and insecure in your form, right? And you can like have compassion for these people. And I feel like this is the new emotional experience. I'm also getting somebody's name is Ashley, or you know, some people who are just like not as beautiful, or you know, their body is not looking as good as yours, and they have literally become addicted to you. And I feel like at this point, something about you is becoming, so that you can get them off of you, so they can stop draining your life force. Something that you've done, people are gossiping about something that you've done that has been mechanistic. It has been, you haven't had regard for the emotional consequences. And it is because this person, you needed to free this person from an addictive pattern of behavior. They literally would not, like, they didn't have any authority over their inner spirit. They have been too yielding, too victimized, too insecure, not trusting in the flow. They just been obsessed with your hair and your nails and your body, and just like draining you for existing. And something that people are gossiping about, like a decision that you've made, you know, with these Peter Pans, these people who refuse to grow up and be responsible and face their own addictions, people who have been duplicitous, haven't had any integrity or honesty in their behaviors. And something that you did was mechanistic. You didn't have regard for the emotional consequences, and you exposed it. You laid it out bare so these people could stop, you know, draining your life force. It was getting out of control. They need to go and handle their own inner child and stop trying to drain another goddess. It's not our fault that you were exploited. That's what I'm seeing, Pile 3. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. Last but not least, you chose Prada Candy. So let's hop into your selection and see what's going on with the current gossip. Okay. What's the current gossip on you? All tea, all shade, all offense. Okay, cosmic flower, your home. Okay, this has been coming out so much around the zodiacs as well. So I feel like, you know, something that you have been operating something out of your home. Okay, some of you guys are operating a business out of your home, and it's very beautiful. Your home is very beautiful. I'm mad too. Okay, LOL. They see there's something where you have been protecting your home, and you've had the psychic advantage around your home, and people are saying that you ate and you gave it back. You ate it up, lots of comida on your plate, and you gave it back to their ass. Whoever these people who've been trying to attack your operations that are coming out of your home, because some of this is around the way that you make money. So it's very important that, well, you know, if we're thinking about actors in the market, right? Some of you guys have done something with a psychic advantage, and you have made sure that you were the authority in the market, and that you protected your operations, you protected your wealth. People are saying all that you've done is protect your home, okay, and your family, the right to your life and your property, okay? And some of these people, they're seeing your home is just so beautiful. They're like, oh my God, I cannot believe that all of this is operating out of your home. We cannot believe that your home is so beautiful. We cannot believe this magnificence that is pouring out into the world. Okay. So very nice. So let's see. What's the current gossip on you, pal? Power 4. Yeah, you're grinding. Like I said, some of you guys are running a bakery out of your home, or you're producing something out of your home. Some of you guys are running a jewelry business out of your home, or there's literally something where you're grinding. And I'm hearing that people are shopping your e-commerce business, or they're shopping, you know, your retail space. They're shopping with you. You are producing a lot, you're growing a lot, you're grinding, and you're making a lot of money. And I'm hearing something about that bread. You making that you baking bread or something where something where people saw you baking bread from scratch. Somebody's seeing you making something from scratch, or they're literally seeing that you have literally your home is a DIY, or they're literally like they see that you have built this home from the ground up, from zero. And you've been grinding about this, okay? You've been grinding about this, and now you're seeing, like, people are seeing that you're starting to get the fruit. Like, there's fruits to your labor, okay? Yeah, 7th house. A fair deal. Okay, so some of you guys, there's cooperation and a partnership. So, like I said, some of y'all, they're watching your union grow. They're watching your union come into balance. They're watching cooperation. You are getting a fair deal with this home, okay? You and this person, I'm hearing this person is going to try to make you sign a prenup or something like that, or there's a marriage contract here, and you're like, this is about a relationship with, you know, that is happening in your home, and how you guys are producing so much out of your home, okay? Your business relationship with your person, this is like a long-term relationship, a business relationship, or a marriage. You are not just, you know, this is not just a romantic relationship, but this is also a business transaction as well. And they're saying that you guys have had a heart awakening with one another, and you guys are cooperating and coming into balance. And, you know, there's so much magnificence pouring from this cooperation, okay? This beautiful relationship, okay? And they can't stand, some of these people can't stand that your partner is helping you, like, this is your home building partner. Your partner has built this home for you. I'm hearing that this partner is gifting your mother a lot of gifts. They're treating your family very well. This person, I'm hearing a partner is providing for your family, or they have literally, I don't know, something about them. They have been your core, okay? They're involved in your core operations, okay? Y'all employees and your lovers as well, something like that. So let's see, Power 4. Let's get, you know, a couple of channel messages, and then we'll get some archetypes as well. So what is the current gossip around you? I'm hearing something where there's a black and white family, okay, an interracial relationship. So somebody's name starts with the letter D. Somebody's name is Deja or Danielle, okay. Ooh, prison. And then we have the letter S. Okay, yeah. And then what? The 7th house again on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So you guys, they're saying that you and this person have come, like you and like something where you have you shared a home with somebody, and I'm getting that you guys are coming from different walks of life. I'm getting that this person may have come from prison, or, you know, that, or you like something like that. But it's something where you guys have a partnership, and this is a purpose of achieving something big, like something where you handled this situation diplomatically, and this person is wanting you to come on and be there. Something where this person is asking you to be the CFO of their business. They're asking you to be an executive in their business, okay? I'm hearing that this is a partner that is taking on many forms. I'm hearing business and marriage, and they're seeing, people are gossiping about this contract or this legality or this negotiation that you've been in with somebody, and they're like, this person, they're saying that this person, you're using your beauty to bring this person to cooperation. I mean, they're saying that you make your partners cooperate, give you money so that you can do more business, because you're using your beauty to help, you know, to help as a persuasion. I'm hearing you got a lot of persuasion. Okay, power 4. Okay, so I definitely feel like, you know, there's a lot of agreements and, you know, partners who are choosing to cooperate for love, for money, for practical reasons, or some type of other social consideration, where you guys are coming to you're coming in, you know, to achieve something big together. Okay, they seeing that, you know, people are saying that your partners are expediting your purpose in your life, and it's because they're drawn to you for your beauty. Basically, some of y'all got a sugar daddy. Okay. Some of y'all got a sugar daddy. For others, this is like for others, right, we have Prince. Yeah, so, you know, this person, I'm hearing somebody is courting you. I don't know, something where somebody is courting you. They have a lot of romantic charm. They come in with a lot of flowers. I'm hearing something where they come in with a lot of gifts for your family. And, you know, they keep making different offers to you. And they're seeing that you know, this person is, you know, putting you in power, or this person is, you know, this is a partnership that is expediting your purpose. People are saying that, like, they gave you a lot of money. Okay, they gave you a lot of bread. They sponsored you, and I'm hearing that they fast-tracked your growth. Okay, I'm hearing your partner, you and your partner have come into perfect balance, and they have felt like this whole, you know, this whole process of, you know, of you guys negotiating for love, money, or some type of practical consideration, you know, that has been like something where you guys are headed to marriage, right? With this Prince, I'm hearing that somebody, you know, that show, what's that show? What is that show that everybody loved watching? That show that was doing a lot of courtship. I don't know, something where there was a lot of courting in this relationship. I'm hearing years of courting with this person. 3 or 4 years this person has been, you know, romantically charming you. Okay, we have healer, we have the shapeshifter, and then we have the mystic. Okay, and what else? Okay, so we see here, people are gossiping that you, with this intuition, illusion, and dreams, that you guys are very mystical and shape-shifting. Some of you guys, you are showing this skill out in public, and people are scared of you. Okay, they're like, okay, we cannot believe, some of y'all, because you have this ability to move through different levels of consciousness, you're able to see everything. They feel like they can't get anything back past you. Your partners, they're like, damn, I can't even get nothing past them. I'm afraid you know everything. Like, oh, some of them, they can't stand it, that because you have this intimate, you're a mystic, you have this third eye activation, you are meditated and have this higher awareness, that you have, you know, you move through these different levels of consciousness and things of that nature. I cannot. Oh my God. Okay, so some of you guys are, you're dealing with somebody. People are gossiping. They're saying that you were in this home where you were not taking care of yourself. They were like, we knew that something was off about your mysticism, and we knew something was off about your messages, and that you wasn't able to move through the different levels of consciousness how you usually are, you know, because you was not taking care of yourself. I'm hollering because some of y'all, you really do need to practice self-care. Like, people think that this self-care is like selfish, or they think it's like, you know, this aesthetic or this hyper consumerism. But really, you taking care of yourself and meditating is how you stay, you know, you keep this intimate union with the divine, right? This is your self-care, helps you dissolve psychic blocks. Meditation and yoga and getting a full, you know, nights of sleep, this is what helps you stay balanced around this grind. Because if you, some of you guys, you do have a lot, people are literally saying that you work so much that you have a lot of work to do. You know, if you fail to take care of yourself, you cannot take care of others. Okay, some of you guys, there is a lot of work, or there is a lot of responsibilities, duties, you know, in the practical realm. But you cannot, something where they're seeing you, you're like, people are saying that you refuse to settle for a partner that makes you do all the work, and that you need somebody that's going to help you pour your magnificence out into the world, right? This is not, you're not just there for their sensual relationship. You're not just there to repair their body, mind, and spirit and transform their pain into healing, because they see that your romantic partners, your partners, that you bring them a lot of healing, okay? Even if this isn't romantic, they know that you bring your partners a lot of healing, and they are very grateful for this. This like that they place they literally place that price tag on the healing that you offer them with your sensual relationship, or your body is very healing. Your body heals. Your body is magnificent. Your body is like a masterpiece. Your body is like a work of art, some of y'all. And some of you, you're like, okay, I need to make sure I practice my self-care. I can't just be healing you all the time, right? Like some of you, they see that you walked away from a home, or you walked away from somebody where, you know, you couldn't practice your own, you know, self-care, and you had a psychic block, and that you were not having this intimate union with the divine that you're used to, and that you wasn't able to move through your different levels of consciousness. You're like, if I run into one psychic block when I'm with you, that's how I know. If I have an intuitive block, that's how I know that there's some type of illusion going on. Okay, that's how I know there's some kind of imbalanced relationship. Okay, I don't know if people are actually talking about this, or if this is just something that you needed to know. But they know that you dated somebody who went to prison or something like that. LOL. Okay. Something where they knew that you was with a rough rider or something like that, and they see that you were able to heal this person's body, mind, and spirit because you were able to see the beauty in the whole thing with the shape. Oh my God. They were like, you was a rough rider, but like something where you were dealing with somebody who was very rough around the edges, or this person had a completely different like approach to life and completely different experiences, but something about you guys were cooperative, and y'all like, and this helped you, like, because you were able to see the beauty in their background and their rough rider, right? You were able to get a fair deal and cooperate, and you guys poured a lot of magnificence from this relationship. Okay, I'm hollering. I'm hearing that this person was like a rough rider, but they came around bringing flowers. Like something where they was rough around the edges. I'm hearing a gangbanger or something like that. Like something when you was with somebody who was rough, right? Other people would have thought that this person was like a loser, or they wouldn't have even paid attention to this person because of who you are. Like you're like this cosmic mystic, and you're like this shapeshifter that's all hippie like, or maybe you're like real hippie like, or maybe you're just like this very successful person, or you're very like, something about y'all are very different, and they can't believe y'all came together and made this beautiful home. Like they're like, what was you even doing with that rough rider? Like how did you even meet that rough rider? Like but you was like, I'm just here. I'm dedicated. It's like something about you. You had a duty to healing, you know, and repairing the body, mind, and spirit. And you saw this person, you needed to heal them and help them transform their pain into healing. And this turned into a beautiful synergy between y'all. And I'm hearing that it was like a magnificent, beautiful relationship that was actually really cooperative, because the healing that you was bringing them, you know, especially this person who went to prison, it's like you saw the beauty in them anyway. Like... I cannot. Oh Lord, I cannot with y'all right now. Please. They said that you married somebody who went to prison, or you married. And then they came around, they start being all soft and gentle. I'm getting that this person is really rough and they look all hard and tough. And then you came around. I'm hearing you made that person weak. I'm hearing you made that man weak in their knees or something like that. Oh my God, I'm hearing somebody with the last name Petty. Okay. They can't believe you was with them. Okay, we have the Lovers. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor in the reverse. Okay. So, some of you guys, this person's name starts with letter Q, or a letter P, okay, or a letter D, or a letter N. I'm getting something where, especially if this was an interracial relationship, some of these people who you know, you guys had a beautiful home. It wasn't the fact that your home wasn't beautiful, especially these interracial relationships. This was beautiful, but this ended up being somebody that you needed to protect yourself from, because this person, they abused their power. They abused their stable position in your life, okay? some of these people, they had no restraint. And give me a little bit more around this lover. Okay, some people are talking about this relationship that broke up. Okay, some of you guys went through a divorce. The 7th house could also deal with some darker themes like a divorce or a lawsuit. Okay, we have the 8 of Pentacles, and then we have the Sun. Oh, okay. So some of you guys, you know, you will be a relationship that you may have thought was going to be long term. Or somebody here where you've grown into an old age with somebody. You're starting to realize that this was a relationship that was, you know, it may have been beautiful at the beginning. I'm here to never forget the beauty that you guys pour from this relationship from the very beginning. I'm getting a Taurus especially. Don't forget the beauty in this relationship. But there was something about, like, this relationship was like, it started to become forced, or, you know, it's no longer happy, it's no longer depressive. It's like very depressing now. Somebody here is dealing with a health issue, or there's a lot of infidelity in the relationship. I'm getting, never forget, like, the beauty of this relationship. Sometimes these are just, they were never meant to be a long-term relationship. They were just meant to help you see, to help you heal in a different way, to help you see your own potential, to help you master yourself. Okay, some of you, these people, they seen that you have, like, you have become even better after, you know, you have, like, been, like, even if this relationship was failing, some of you guys were still with this person, right? Some of you guys feel like there's still, like, a divorce pending, and they've seen you, you know, you've been, like, preparing yourself for your next lover, or, you know, you've been just mastering yourself in this relationship, and that this is not actually, like, your person that you need to be, like, that you will be with. Okay. Some of them, you know, that people, a lot of people are gossiping about this relationship that you had from a long time ago, and that this person was like your catalyst for change. That this person was like your self-love catalyst. Or this person, they just were like, you know, they offered you a lot of money, or they just were, you know, they are still a part of your core, but something about you, this relationship, you know, this person started to abuse their power in the relationship, and they, you know, started to take away from your divinity in some type of way, or they started to, like, you started to neglect yourself, or it was like, you know, it was no longer fair, it was no longer diplomatic, it was no longer, you know, this person, something where you may have failed to take care of yourself, you know, because, you know, it was something imbalanced or something unfair in the relationship that was going on. Okay. I kind of think that's what's happening, but I'm also getting another storyline for some of you. If you are the person who got cheated on, or you were the person that you feel like you were the one left a victim, they're definitely seeing that, you know, you and this person split up because you were dealing with an abusive masculine, somebody who cheated, someone who didn't have any restraint, someone who was super controlling, and they needed, like, to have all of the authority, and maybe, like, you were the one that were financially codependent on them, and they see that you, like, since breaking up and leaving this relationship, you mastered yourself, and you've just been on the grind, and you healed yourself and transformed this pain into power, and you were no longer financially codependent on them anymore. Especially for somebody who thought that they can just cheat on you consistently, somebody who thought that they can just take you through hills and high waters, and that you just would be there, right? They could take you through, you know, that they can treat you like shit, and that you would never leave. Some of them, people are saying that you found the strength and you left, right? They're saying, like, oh, things were beautiful until they weren't, right? That's what I'm seeing around the current gospel. They feel like you're finally able to put up your healthy boundaries. You're finally able to, you know, get strong enough to leave this person. And now you found your own potential. You found your own mastery, you know, for power. And it's beautiful because, like, they see that you've been taking care of yourself even better now after leaving this abusive person who, you know, was taking your light, right? And that you've been grinding ever since. LOL. I love that. You're magnificent either way. That's what I'm seeing, pal, for. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.